This is an emergency broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has just been confirmed. We're going straight to this news. This literally just happened right before we went live. Pull up the screen. This is incredible. Confirmation has finally come.
The yeas are 52. The nays are 48. The confirmation is confirmed.
Boom. RFK is in business. RFK is going to be overseeing the CDC, National Institute of Health, and so many more. This is
so bullish.
Oh my God.
So good.
I am erect right now. Welcome into the show. We're going to be covering a lot of pretty interesting metrics about Bitcoin, potentially finding its bottom finally. We might be seeing some calm come to the Bitcoin chaos and getting ready for the next big leg up. Also, some huge news about our altcoins. And I am coming about a excellent amount of DCA money. So we're going to decide together today which one of our favorite altcoins I am going to YOLO into next. Welcome to the show, everyone. Isaac?
Good morning. If you're just now getting here, make sure you smash those likes, you beautiful people. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. How are we doing today, Drew?
I mean, man, Kosh is next. I agree with you. I'm feeling so good. This is the American revolutionary spirit that we needed to bring back to this country. Also, loosen up my gate a little bit there.
Yeah, I got
you. Welcome to the show, everyone. Flippa, Frank, Jake, ready to hit hot fire. Peter, John LaRum, Atropine, Green Day Prophets, my homie. Laserface, Dramola, Easy Fat Cat, in early. We are early today, right after the DC stream, so thank you for joining us. Adon Dada, Carl Dunlap, all the people, crypto. Try to get to all you. The chat's moving fast, though. But make sure to follow me on Twitter, folks, at Druth Crypto. Not going to do a Mario stream today. Actually, I was going to hop on to this emergency Binance. Binance, you know, the CZ did his meme engagement farming. There's I think it's named Broccoli, some new meme of CZ's dog named Broccoli is going berserk. I might cover that later on in the show. But Isaac.
Yes, sir.
We are cooking with napalm right now. Look at this. No. And it's because of you.
We went up another 100? Holy cow.
Dude, no, yeah. We're at 72,600 subscribers. So that's 72.4 yesterday. We got our brand new short is, again, outperforming the rest.
1 out of 10.
We got the sauce. We got the sauce. The people want the truth. They want the truth about what's been going on with our government. And it feels so good to see everyone waking up. So shout out to you, Johnny December. Much love to you guys. Thanks for all you do. Absolutely, man. I love doing this shit. I can't even imagine. I would still do this if I was digging holes on the side of the highway. I'd still be telling people about the latest news, the best cryptos. They would just look at me a little bit crazier than you guys do. So let's get into it here. Shout out to everyone, though, for being pillars, subscribing to the channel, become a member, support us on our journey to 100K. It's huge. Bitcoin's journey back to 100K, looking a little rough, but something interesting was shared. I believe it was, I can't remember what his name was. Let's go to it here. Sheldon the Sniper. CPI, the inflation data, has marked the last 5 bottoms for Bitcoin and possibly even more from further back. This is a very, very interesting metric. Basically, we just had that CPI release. Yes, a little bit of a downturn. We got this CPI release right here, a CPI release right here, and this is kind of an extra little dippity dip. A bottom marked right there, and then also these two CPI releases essentially all kind of calling that midterm bottom point. This one was at about $57,000 here. Another one at 60K, 86-ish right there. And now we're locked in this kind of zone where we're coiling up. I'm happy about the coil zone. I hope it continues because I am going to absolutely buy the shit out of some of my favorite projects here. So very, very excited. Also, we have unleashed Diamond Nuts Damandi onto Twitter.
Dude, I know. He has the whole care package just waiting for him.
Oh, yeah.
So he's getting out there.
Chaos comes and hell follows with him. So that's exciting. And also me and BJ are planning a Cardano deep dive. Also want to highlight Haskell. My wife brought up, like, the main thing about Cardano is Haskell's programming language. But we have an interesting story. AI predicted the most likely blockchain for the government to utilize for transparency reasons and security. So we're going to be diving into that in the show today as well. Let's check out the markets just on Market Watch General here. 95.4 on Bitcoin. It's been oscillating between like 95.4, 96.2 all morning. Really just trapped in purgatory. BNB showing some serious life. What I see happening right now, BNB is sucking mind share away from Solana. A bunch of Solana degens are migrating over to BNB to try to catch these little meme coins. Trying to recreate that magic that was had last market on BNB. Don't think BNB is done by any means. And honestly, the mainstay token of it is looking very, very strong. Do you believe it's actually trying to break out of its all-time high range here? Let's go to the all-time. Yeah. So BNB, very delicious altcoin chart. Very good. Beautiful. This is going to be an epic battle between the base ecosystem and BNB this cycle. I think we're going to have upside on both ends of it, but they're going to be fighting for that top mind share. Now, what we have here from Glassnode, despite yesterday's price drop on the inflation data, the volume of Bitcoin spent in loss by short-term holders, the STH, is slowing. The 7-day SMA peaked at 5.5 thousand Bitcoin in early February, but now has declined to 3.8 thousand Bitcoin, close to yearly averages. What it really means, February's spent volume in loss was slightly elevated, but remained well above the August peak of 7.5 thousand Bitcoin. The current trend suggests that short-term holders are experiencing less distress compared to previous sell-offs. Very, very important notes here. Meanwhile, the long-term holders' spent volume in loss remains negligible, showcasing that they are largely insulated from volatility. Log scale was applied to visualize the LTH losses, which never exceeded 500 Bitcoin on a weekly average in the past year, and now just sit at 0.01 Bitcoin. So things are settling out. This range looking pretty damn strong. A lot of prove-it points where we held the line essentially here at 92,000, 91.8. And I'm not, like DZ asked me at the beginning of the week, I'm not surprised if we chunk down and try out that spot again. Honestly, this upward trend line of kind of these bottom wick prove-it points would match up pretty perfectly with $92,500 as it sits right now. Give me the pain. I want more altcoins on the cheap. Let's go to Bitcoin dominance real quick. BTC.D, just to check her out. Let's see here. BC Backer is the XRP captain now. Blockchain Backer is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that guy. He's pretty based. Now, here's the Bitcoin dominance as it sits. Let's back this up, not just the daily. Let's go to the weekly, because we are looking for a rollover moment. This could be that kind of hyper-extended wick that we did see last cycle right here. You had very little body to this wick on the Bitcoin dominance. It moved up to about 74% with really no substance. When you have a wick like this, there's not a lot of substance to the wick. Let's look at what we have right now. Kind of a similar situation. A little bit more of a body to this, which is leaving me room to, be okay if I see it kind of come back up to that range.
Yeah.
But we are printing a nice red weekly so far this week, so that's great. And we've seen a little bit more love come to the altcoin sector, which is also very, very good. So I like seeing that. Now, let's keep moving here. We have Crypto Rover. The crypto market's about to crash. What the hell is he saying?
Interesting.
The panic selling everything. The bears were right after all. And here is the Bitcoin chart. No, he's just fucking with you. This is it turned upside down. Honestly, if you're looking at the chart and it looks like this looks like a bear market hardcore beginning.
Yeah.
And I think just imprinting what this chart looks like in our brains now is going to pay dividends when the bull market essentially ends. When we're looking at this, we see upward wedges, a little bit of attempt to survive, and then further pain. This is probably what things are going to look like on the way into the bear market. So just keep this chart design in mind. We're going to see this thing to a degree in the future here. So now we have a possible reason for Binance selling their Bitcoin from Marty Party in all of their corporate assets. This is about 99% to some assets even.
Yeah.
Binance has 90 days from February 23rd to pay off their Department of Justice fines of $4 billion. $1.8 billion in fines and $2.5 billion in fines in forfeit property. Why are they selling off the tops? And this is just to highlight that these payments to the DOJ are due in a pretty short amount of time. Might play into why we saw Binance kind of emptying some of his treasuries earlier this week.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
Because you got to pay those bills. Those are bills you got to pay.
You don't have a choice to pay those bills.
CZ, he spent some time. He spent some time in the pen over it. Now, President Trump made a big announcement today. Today is the big one. Reciprocal tariffs. I don't know what the hell is going on with this thing. Reciprocal tariffs are going into action, it looks like, today, though. But the good thing about it is I saw this tweet in the morning from Trump, and we didn't nuke. And our bags are still there, right? When we saw the tariff thing last time, when he initially did the tariff highlight, Ethereum fell by 37%.
I know.
Terrible.
So yeah, we're alive.
Yeah, we survived. The market's kind of getting used to the idea of these tariffs going out. Going to be an interesting time. I really think that it's trading right now is pretty chaos. That's why I'm definitely going to be utilizing the trading bot we're building out more than anything, because it's very news driven. I don't want to get emotionally connected to any trades right now. Things are absolutely crazy. Speaking of crazy, this is ridiculous. Concerned Citizen put out this. Are you ready for aliens? The Honorable Pete Hegseth. A matter of any time, the House Rule X, further pursuant to Committee Rule 14 and the Task Force of Declassification of Federal Secrets, is authorized to examine declassification and release of documents pertaining to the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy, the assassination of Senator Robert F. Kennedy, assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and an unidentified anomalous phenomenon and existence of extraterrestrial life.
Interesting. So clearly we aren't talking about the illegals that are coming into our country.
Dude, this is extraterrestrial. And the interesting about this comment made, this is Anna Paulina Luna, Chairwoman Task Force of Declassification of Federal Secrets, and James Comer, is they're not talking about these unidentified craft, right? They're talking about literal extraterrestrial life. I look at them like demons.
I mean, that's pretty much what they are. Not even pretty much. It is what they are.
Yeah, but, they labeling them as extraterrestrial, out of this world. Very, very interesting times ahead, folks. Buckle up. Things are going to get crazy. And also with this, this is wild. Area 51 has been rocked by a series of earthquakes. Seismic activity around mysterious testing sites has ramped up. A series of earthquakes has struck near the secretive Area 51 military testing base outside of Las Vegas. U.S. Geological Survey recorded a 2.8 magnitude, so kind of just a little one, a little bit of a bumble. Tremor near the highly classified site in Nevada. Long associated with rumors of alien research, the quake occurred east of Amargosa Valley, close to the infamous Air Force known for UFO-related conspiracy theories. It remains unclear if the minor tremor caused any damage to the base, which spans roughly 11 miles. I doubt it caused any damage to the base.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of micro tremors each year. According to the shakeout, the people in the area believe the military is a testing base that might be conducting secret projects or other unknown activities that could be causing the earthquakes. Very, very interesting timing. Very interesting time indeed. And here's just a side note. I worked with a buddy when we were contracting. He was out there when everyone was going to freaking storm Area 51. They weren't going to stop you. That's just low key. They put them there with the guns and stuff, and they're like, we're going to do it. They knew that there was no chance. If people actually tried to storm the base, they weren't going to stop you. So just a little inside baseball there. Now, a federal judge has ruled in favor of President Trump, affirming his authority to freeze or restrict federal funding. We are fucking winning everything right now. This is so ridiculous to win this much. Isaac, how can we be winning this much? Is this real?
No idea. Dang it.
What?
My bricked up button isn't here right now.
Oh, yeah.
I had to save it. Oh, well. I'm rock hard.
I mean, it's just because we saw the judges trying to stop Trump and these wasting our tax dollars. And honestly, it's not just wasting our tax dollars. The government literally used our own money to murder its own citizens to the creation of COVID-19.
I know.
That's where we're going viral, is because the stuff I used to say, people are like, no, Drew, they're not doing that. Now we are literally getting receipts out of a federal agency, and there is no denying. This is the reality. People are waking up. This is where it's going. I don't have any apologies for who I was or who I am. I never will. because you know what? They were setting a precedent to literally, I don't want to get too crazy, but let's just say I was riding a razor's edge in terms of my freedom / ability to convert oxygen into carbon. So nice to see this happen. And also Maxine Waters kind of freaking out about the whole situation. Let's have a listen. This is gold.
Country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us. We don't know what all they have on us.
We don't know. I love the slowdown. We got to do that to every single complaining Democrat now.
We should. And then
it really it's like the chef's kiss, but honestly, won't be surprised if, look at this. Won't be surprised if some of them end in jail. Searches for criminal defense attorney are surging in Washington, D.C. From Polymarket highlighting this. You cannot make this stuff up. The District of Columbia, the biggest search region for defense attorneys, happening right now. They are running terrified. Kash Patel, right around the corner. We did see at the start of the show, Robert F. Kennedy is now confirmed completely. Like he was, our last stream about him, he was confirmed through the small committee. There was 20 people, 20 senators. This is the full Senate. Now Robert F. Kennedy is in charge of 13 agencies, which some small organizations like the CDC, the National Institute of Health, the FDA, just a couple little ones. He is literally the King Kugla. The guy who runs the Health and Human Services Department oversees all of that shit. So now Kash Patel coming in. Tulsi Gabbard's already overseeing the Director of National Intelligence spot. This is so beautiful. And I think that we actually are going to see the Epstein list soon.
Oh, please.
That's going to freak people out.
And whatever they have on Diddy, too. I feel like they'd release that, too.
I think Diddy is less nefarious than Epstein, but obviously still nefarious. I think the Epstein list coming out is going to shatter people's literal ground that they walk on. The people that they idolize, they thought were so great and that they watched on TV. Yeah, I mean, they're going to realize that the reality of which they've been, and that's where I think we're going to get a bunch of Democrats actually finally being like, okay, this is all right to actually see what's been happening, to acknowledge it. So it's coming, folks. Now, also this, Trump to Reuters, give back the money now. Doge looks, this is crazy. We're going to dig into this. Doge, it looks like radical left Reuters was paid $9 million by the Department of Defense to study large-scale deception. Now Trump demanding to get the money back now from Reuters. This is going to be crazy. I would bet that Reuters is just going to say, sorry, we don't have it. We spent it.
Yeah.
Then you might get into some potentially criminal allegations.
And you
towards
don't want
Reuters.
to do that with the Trumper.
Dude.
Don't want to do that.
I mean, this is the gloves are off moment. People are like, oh, they wouldn't do that. I mean, we're literally seeing things so hyperbolic but real. I can't even, like, Greenland is an actual bill that is being put forward to go after Greenland.
Yeah.
Like, it's a real possibility here. So, just strap in, folks. Now, also, apparently the director of the Project on Government Oversight, or POGO, an NGO funded by USAID, testified today that he hadn't seen any evidence of widespread abuse or waste in government spending. The only problem is Dylan Hetler Gaudet is blind. So here is the guy. And no offense to blind people, but this is crazy. This is crazy.
Waste is different from fraud. Fraud is different from abuse, and abuse is different from both. When we talk about improper payments, they are a subset of those other three categories. But that doesn't tell us the whole picture either. Sometimes improper payments are a function of bad record keeping. Sometimes they are a function of outdated information technology systems. Sometimes they come about through human error, and sometimes they come about through negligence. There are a variety of reasons why improper payments happen.
So is it negligence to have a blind director on the Project of Government Oversight?
That's interesting. Probably. Right? Yeah, I mean, you can't really oversee anything.
You can't really oversee much.
No offense to blind people, again.
Love you to death. See. There's not Braille for everything. You know, especially, I mean, that's just, I'm going to get myself in trouble if I keep going to this, but that it is what it is. Okay. He didn't see anything. So nothing to see here. Right. I guess is the conversation. Now, Elon Musk. Oh my God. This is a message from Mandatory Fun Day. If you guys don't already follow Mandatory Fun Day, you are missing out. Calling out some things, some programs within the military that might be the next.
Elon, you can't just call anything you want waste and just get rid of it. You can't do that. Like in the Department of Defense, we do like lots and lots of online training every year. That's totally not a waste of time. It's great skills that we use every day. And you should not use Doge to eliminate that. You just please don't do that. Please.
I love this guy so much, bro. Oh, he could turn to blind eye. Oh, flex to north. See, the chat's going to get me in trouble with that story but I had to cover it. That's too crazy. That's bizarro world right there. Now, how long, Isaac, how long do you think it's going to take for Elon Musk's warpath on government overspending to kind of simmer down?
To simmer down?
Yeah.
Until it's done.
That's my man.
Yeah, it's going to be months, if not like years of him just chopping ahead. He's going to do the same thing he did with X when he bought it. Just eliminate 75% of everybody.
I am bricked up right now.
Rock hard.
So Natalie Winters talking about this judge that blocked Trump. You know, the federal judge we saw overruled these judgments. But the judge that was trying to block Trump from the spending freeze accused Trump of being a tyrant, claims racism is a white people problem, and insists that transgenders need physical sentencing privileges, special sentencing privileges. This is an activist, not a judge. Here it is. Judge John McConnell Jr. saying middle-class white male privileged person, he needs to understand criminals who are women, black, or transgender, and that the law applies to them where they are. So trying to literally change the degree of lawfare that goes after a criminal dependent on their race or orientation is absolute buffoonery. And this guy, I agree, he's an activist. He's not a judge. And these types of judges should be removed from ever having a hand in deciding what is or what is not applicable to the law of the United States. Because obviously they've been captured. So that's just me. Now also, we're going to talk about the egg economy here. Egg prices are hitting an all-time high. This is huge. I kind of need to start an egg business to a degree, maybe.
You should too.
Kind of worried about my coops, though. We've had a lot of rain over the last few days. They're probably wet, a little wild in there. And really, I think I might start taking advantage. I mean, I've seen eggs going for like $15, $20 out here, man. It's getting crazy. So we'll see. I might start rolling it out. 2% drawdown, and this is from Finance a Lot. If a 2% drawdown in the Bank of England's gold reserves has caused a 6-week delay, it's safe to say that 99% of the vault is empty. We covered it a little bit earlier in the week. Gold is rushing out of the Bank of England. They've put a 6-week delay on it. In my book, that usually means that they're trying to find a way to come up with the gold that you're asking for, because they're supposed to have it. We'll see if it, is actually there or not. It's going to be very, very bad on a macro scale. If they're sitting here acting like they have the gold and it's not really there. Now, is Drew talking about his eggs considered insider trading? Probably.
Maybe.
Right? Probably.
I can see it.
Well, inside sales tactics, maybe.
I
Drew,
think so.
do you have a law enforcement discount on eggs? Oh, 100%. Come on now. I'd just be giving those away. Technically, what are you going to do? You're going to charge a cop for eggs, man?
Exactly. Especially you, Green Day.
Well, I mean, cops just
cops in general.
The shit end of the stick, man. They always get spit on and people just shoot. Like, I won't go into it, but that was a big aggravation for me in Boulder. I mean, the main aggravation for me in the police department in Boulder was that they required a jab to get on the force.
Yeah.
But, I have family that have been in there for, I think, over 2 decades at this point. They started, and you didn't really have this feeling like your hands were tied behind your back. You had to wait to get punched in the head to enforce the law.
Yeah.
Where things are, or where they were under, essentially Obama started it. It went through Trump's first presidency, and into Biden's presidency, honestly, they essentially had to fight fights with their hands tied behind their back. I think that's being loosened up a little bit, hopefully.
Finally.
But Jesus, just give them a break. They're out there putting their lives on the line to keep the community safe, and they have to wait to get punched in the head to do anything. It's so crazy. Now, gold is headed for $3,000 an ounce. I think this is Bank of America, digs into intensifying market dislocations. Essentially just highlighting that gold is going to continue moving up as inflation is going to continue moving up. This is the collapse up we've always talked about. It's making sure that we have assets like Bitcoin, like gold, and then some of these crazy altcoins that we find that can outpace the rate of inflation. Gold, I don't really know if it is tangibly outpacing inflation. It is going up. I feel like it's almost in tandem with inflation, gold.
Pretty neck and neck.
Pretty neck and neck. But Bitcoin, in my opinion, largely, because the all-time high for Bitcoin accounting for inflation sits at about $82,000 a unit. We're sitting here playing around in the 90 to 100K realm. We are outpacing inflation to a slight degree so far, but there's much, much work to do. Also, South Korea's gold mint, has halted gold bar sales as their supply is tightening. So we do see a little bit of a gold squeeze going on right now.
Yeah.
Now, this is nuts. The most absurd number in today's inflation report, according to the U.S. government, the cost of health insurance has declined 15% over the past 5 years. What a fucking scam this is. This is a bold-faced lie. How in the world do they get away with this? And here's the thing. I want to talk about this for a minute. So we had, it's like a health savings, not a health savings account, but it's essentially the new rules that were put in under Obama, where you would essentially get $1,000 cut off of your insurance if you're choosing a insurance providing within your employment that's being offered to you, right?
Yeah.
If you turn down your employer's health care and you didn't take advantage of that $1,000 deal through your health care that the company is providing to you, and keep in mind, this is not private. This is just the public marketplace healthcare. Private healthcare, you have to qualify into by basically never having to use the hospital to begin with. Then they're like, all right, you've never used the hospital, fine. We'll let you have a account here. Public, though, if you utilize the $1,000 deal per month on the public marketplace and go outside of the one that's being provided to you, which is 99% of the time United Healthcare, which denies most fucking claims anyways.
100%.
You have to fight tooth and nail to get those approved. If you go to the public marketplace and go choose your own, that $1,000 per month deal is applied to the new package that you choose. But guess what? At the end of the year, the tax man wants the money back. They charge you nearly $13,000 for taking advantage of the discount that they supposedly provided to begin with. This is the chaos that we're in right now. They basically, like, if you have used the hospital in like the last 10 years, they say no to you being able to have a private plan because you have United Healthcare as the biggest matrix of all the providers out there.
Yeah.
So if you have a specific need, then you have to work within the program. It's like this giant blackmail cornering hellscape that's been created for healthcare. Tack on top of it, 60% of people have diabetes at this rate. Most of everyone is on some sort of medication to keep going through the day. This is medical slavery.
Diabetes is curable.
Diabetes is curable.
It's curable, but they want to keep putting people on medicine and all this other bullshit. Keeping them in the system because remember, a cured patient is a lost customer.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, jeez. He's getting into it.
Yeah. It aggravates me because I got a lot of kids and a beautiful wife, and I want to make sure they have great health care.
100%.
That's a big portion of my focus in life, and it's just nuts. Oh, is it Decker?
That is Decker.
You silly goose.
Decker.
Oh, Decker. I wonder where he's at these days. Miss you too, Decker. Now, let's talk about this. The Fed Governor Waller says that banks and non-banks should be allowed to issue stable coins.
Ooh.
This is a big, big move.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me feel sick inside.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I don't want the Fed to be able to issue USDC. I do not. I can say that right now. Calling stablecoins as an important innovation to the crypto ecosystem with the potential to improve retail and cross-border payments. This feels like just complete capture of the crypto markets.
That looks like a psyop in red bold letters.
What if they just what if Congress gives the approval to the Treasury to mint USDC? Then they can just print as much USDC as they want, go buy all the Bitcoin with the fake, now fiat stablecoin, control the Bitcoin market, and then the freedom of Bitcoin and the decentralization of the holders is completely gone.
Yeah, that's pretty bearish.
It can happen quick.
It can happen tomorrow.
It can happen quick. I'm a type 2, been off meds for years. AC1C, A1C is normal. The key is no sugars and exercise. Shout out to you, Jumpman.
Legend.
Shout out to you. Legend. Yeah, I mean, that's just loving life. Oh, Decker Bob, and hope all's well. Man, we are cooking with gasoline, Decker. We're almost at 100K, Decker.
We're close.
We're going to get when we get the 100K plaque, I'm going to wear it around my neck like MC Hammer.
MC Hammer. Hammer time, but it's a YouTube time.
Yeah, YouTube time. It's going to be sick. All right, now keep it on moving here. JP Morgan says that Tether may need to sell their Bitcoin to comply with proposed U.S. stablecoin regulations. Not a great look. I would much rather have Tether holding Bitcoin in supply rather than being forced to sell it. Like, this is almost like a hostile takeover of the stablecoin market happening in the background. And this has very bad implications. If they force USDC to be available to print through the Treasury, or USDT if they decide to play nice with Tether eventually someday, like if they have to sell all their shit and comply with whatever regulations there are, this gives the Treasury not only complete control over the fiat dollar, but then over crypto, man. This is not what we want to see here. So hopefully this doesn't go through. Let's just read a little bit more. If the regulations pass, Tether may need to offload Bitcoin and other non-compliant assets in favor of U.S. Treasuries and liquid reserves. This is crazy because they're already one of the biggest holders of U.S. Treasuries.
100%.
They are bigger than a bunch of countries in terms of how many U.S. Treasuries they hold. Insane. Absolutely insane. Tether currently holds about 83,000 Bitcoin. That's going to be a bad sell-off.
Yeesh.
And we're worth over $8 billion at current prices. So, man, getting the regulatory compliance and all the acceptance from Wall Street, and it's got some serious baggage with it. Definitely got some serious baggage with it. This is what happens when you get out of crypto: peace, happiness, and vibes, Decker. Yeah, exactly. I've stayed in chaos. I thrive in chaos. Decker's probably playing calm music and just very, very wonderful mornings that he gets to spend. Love you, brother. Unfortunately, correct. C90 FTW. He confirms. Now, 21 Shares has proposed a staking option for Ethereum ETFs. This is a big damn deal. I was talking to Hobus on a couple spaces about the lackluster performance of Ethereum even after the ETFs were approved for U.S. markets. In Hobus's opinion, and I completely agreed with it. We actually had another hedge fund manager on the call with us as we were talking about this. Is that why would they choose Ethereum that you can't stake if they could just go get Bitcoin? It's a longer standing crypto asset. It's got a bigger network. Ethereum ETF with a staking mechanism, though, that is where you get the hyperdrive interest into Ethereum from the Wall Street sector. And that is where I think we would see a massive, massive move, because we're all sitting here waiting for altcoin season and stuff. It really is still largely connected to seeing Ethereum start to kick up. Once we see Ethereum break to 4K, I think all hell breaks loose for altcoins. We're pretty far from that. It's been painful. Isaac reminds me how painful it is.
Yep.
Every time we hit $100,000 in Bitcoin, Ethereum's down by another $200. What was the last time we hit $100,000 in Bitcoin? What was it 2,400?
It was 25, like right between. It was like $20 off of $2,600.
It's painful.
It was pretty nasty.
And it's just Bitcoin to Ethereum pairing. Bitcoin is still definitely in charge. The fact that I am outpacing Bitcoin by having swapped into Chainlink is only because of how long I've been building the bag. If I was adding to Chainlink at the range of $10, $12, I'd be well behind Bitcoin's performance. Altcoins, they're a dangerous game. There's great upside, but they're a dangerous game. I have to risk it for the biscuit. That's right.
100%.
VZ Fat Cat, no risk, no reward, 100%. How are the damn internet funny money's doing today? Let's see here. Plume up 5%. That's great. SwiftCoin 2%, whatever. Aerodrome still at 80 cents, whatever land. Morpho sitting here magnetized to $2. This feels like a good buy spot for both Aerodrome and Morpho. Plume just came out, so actually I feel comfortable about Plume between 10 to 13 cents. And then the rest of it just kind of staying sleepy. Constellation just under 5 cents. Cardano at 78 cents. AVAX, Chainlink, Jupiter, Solana, Cholana, and Ondo. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Now, whales have been actively buying Ethereum since February 2nd, according to Crypto Quant. So the whales are buying up our pain in the altcoin sector. Behind our backs, this is usually how it goes. Trump was adding tons of Bitcoin to the World Liberty Fi basket. Then they moved it in. I think I even saw more Ethereum, a massive amount of Ethereum moved into Aave for staking purposes.
Yeah.
So Trump might have actually known that this staking application was coming. You know, Trump actually might have front ran the ETF moving towards a staked ETF for Ethereum, thus giving the confluence for World Liberty Fi to just buy more Ethereum, stake it, and continue, building a massive supply of ETH into, what will be, in my opinion, it's going to be an alt season. It's going to be a much shorter alt season than a Bitcoin season. Bitcoin, I don't really know if I can call it a season at this point. It's basically Bitcoin chunk up to the right. Bitcoin northbound crab realm is where we're in right now. DeFi investor highlighting DeFi has flipped memes, though, in mindshare and is now the second biggest narrative. The mindshare for DeFi is up 40% in the last 10 days. Fundamentals have finally started to matter again. This is DeFi's mindshare compared to memes. AI on the downtick as well. AI on the downtick, but still holding a large amount of that mindshare. RWAs slightly in the red, as stablecoins deep in the red. Lots of stablecoins moving around. Very, very interesting stuff to see. GameFi, when the hell is GameFi going to wake up?
Never.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, it's
Games
looking like
are
it's
dead
darker
this
green now. Is this its moment?
If you're in it now, this is like the little escape pump that you might have to get out of.
What is the game? Is it Miria? Or
Oh, yeah, Miria. I got out of that, though.
You did? Let me see, because that was a pretty big one here. I want to see how that one's doing. Miria, because AVAX is as close as I get. Is it MY?
MYRIA.
Okay, this one. Number 647.
$40 million market cap, by the way. So
39.
I was degen in this one.
Yeah, 39 now. Down and to the right. Very sad. Market cap. Oh, God. It's sick from inflation. It's in the hell zone. It might be like... This is where psychopaths win big. Because they go and buy these ridiculous looking graphs. And then even if it returns to like its previous all-time high, it's a great move. Like, what is it at? 0.0016.
Dude, I had like 25,000 tokens.
You did?
I dumped all of them, though.
And where was your buy-in? Where'd you sell? Did you lose on it?
I lost a little bit on it. I bought, let's see. I bought in the original red channel.
Okay, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or but I was in, actually, was it? It looks like that, but I didn't see the date on that. It was like 2024, like October time frame.
Okay.
So it was all probably severely down like I usually am when I buy
severely
shit.
down.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the question here, because I feel like there's some gaming tokens that are just going to pump randomly. I've seen it happen before. God, was it Crypto Cody in the chat? He's always got some pretty good gaming picks.
I think
AVAX is as close as I can get to gaming because I don't game. So I got to stick with what I know. AVAX is a super, buy super and chill. Let's look at super. Big Hands Dan bringing it up. Kyle Watts bringing it up. Let's look. Because I'm shopping. This is me slightly shopping. What is it? Superverse?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about here? Let's see here. Superverse. Let's go to the all-time. Let's go market cap. It's definitely printing some. Got half the tokens out, and it's definitely looking. I mean, we do get higher lows on this. So that's something. What is Superverse, though? Let's go into it. Let's go to the website. Let's see here. Gaming United. Super good. Highly passionate partners and players. What is this? Support integrations. Let's see what integrations they have. Super integrated across all Web3 gaming titles. Okay, first ever unified crypto gaming network. So that makes me more comfortable.
That's pretty interesting.
You know, because then you're not like, it's almost like the engine argument of last cycle, where like engine was where a bunch of things were being built. So you didn't really have to worry about which game on engine was going to be the big winner.
Yeah.
You were just buying the build out infrastructure of it. Kind of a broader stroke gaming play. A Space Nation, Mad World, Nexus, Unct JD. Interesting. Okay. I've never heard of a single one of these games.
No, me either.
Oh, WogMe games.
Oh.
That's I've heard of this one. Who's the guy behind it? I had him on a show. Who's the guy behind WogMe games?
I remember that show. I actually have no clue though who that was.
Oh, chat, let me know. Who's the guy? He like works out all the time. He appears super based, but it might just be a front. Let me know in the chat. You guys know what I'm talking about. Bad Fox got IMX. IMX is actually a good one to look at too. I'm kind of snooping around on the beatdown things right now.
JFAL is another beatdown one too.
Is it?
Yeah.
IMX.
I also dumped that token.
Let's see here. Let's see. IMX. Let's go in. I can't believe I'm feeling hungry. I've had a burrito and a huge thing of spaghetti, and I'm still.
Yeah. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm ready to chow down.
Let's see here. Okay. IMX is hella beat down too. Jesus, Murphy, Mary Joseph. Let's see here. Where's the volume? So the volume's up 5%. Market cap's down.
Yeah.
Max supply almost completely out. Interesting. IMX is another kind of bigger broad stroke play. Am I nuts for thinking about getting one of these things? Just as a small amount?
Maybe.
Yeah. Drew P. Bala. Sorry. Shaka Nawanda. No worries. We're early, Shaka Nawanda. So you're not late. I'm early. That's what happened there. Now, real world assets, the ones that are actually winning currently, are this month's best performing crypto sector. I feel so damn smart. Mm-hmm. I was pounding this conversation for months, telling people that February, March was going to be good for RWAs. We haven't even had Paul Atkins confirmed yet. Things are already looking very, very good. Market is starting to heal. We're starting in that last post. Utility is starting to win. This is where the gems in the rough are found here. I'm liking what I'm seeing on the RWA side. And this is the only smart contract that has never let us down, folks. This is the application for McDonald's employment, shared from DeFi Investor. Kind of just a jab to the homies here, hammering into altcoins while it's not cool. We will have our moment. But guess what? When we do have our moment, take profit, okay?
Please.
I'm taking profit out of altcoins into Bitcoin and real estate. That is what I'm doing. Like, I'm not going to sit here and see these things start to pump and be like, oh, this is the new golden age for Chainlink because we're at $200. It's never going down. No, I'm selling. I'm not going to get caught in that. Let's see here. Ben Simmons, I'm holding since July, 100 Chainlink, 1372. 1,600 ADA at 71 cents, 1,400 Ondo at 85 cents. That's a nice movement on. So you nearly doubled. 1,500 Arrow at 82 cents, basically flatline there. DCA yesterday in Arkham at 687, aiming for 7x. Any weaknesses? I question Arkham. I do question Arkham. Looking for a 7x out of ADA also. I mean, I hold ADA. ADA is just easier for me to hold long term because I know it's a system that's going to be around for a long time. Arkham, it's got some decent backers behind it. Arkham's price has been very, very ugly over the past few months here. Let's go look at Arkham. And it's sad because I use the platform a lot, but the use case of the token isn't quite there. I can go in, for example, into the Arkham Intelligence dashboard without having to pay them anything or do anything with the token, right? So that is something. I guess it's when people want a deeper insight through the dashboard is where the tokenomics pressure starts to come in. Largely not seeing that. And these are lower highs. Those are lower highs. Honestly, it's back to where it released at, bro. Jeez. Oh, my God. I mean, the one good thing I'm seeing in this is it didn't have like a deep insider sell-off like on that initial release and then the pumps. This could be a good and a bad thing. So your average, he's getting in essentially where it released at. You have a moment of resistance here, and then let's do a little bit closer look. Really, the momentary resistance didn't do anything on this breakout. It didn't fall to this level previously. This was what was hoping to be a W pattern, which was wrong. And I didn't call it a W pattern. Just looking in retrospect, this is probably what people were banking on. Usually these W patterns hold up. This one did not. Yeah. So on this, the one that I'm kind of worried about this in the short term, because I'm feeling like people are asking me these questions for like short term within the year. Arkham's probably going to be around for quite some time. So if you have a lot of larger horizon scope, maybe there's something there. It's a great website. I use it all the time. Chart doesn't look great. I can go in and out without using the token at all. So let's see here. That's why I bought. Huge retest. Yeah. I mean, Ben, it might be something, but you know, I can go in and out of it without having a single token and seeing lower highs. You know, I mean, it's not the best thing I've seen. Now let's keep moving here. Look at ChatGPT. So someone looked for the best recommendation for Doge. For government-wide efficiency, Constellation Network is the best choice due to its hypergraph technology, seamless Web2 integration, feeless transactions, and proven partnerships with the DoD. However, Hedera Hashgraph and Polkadot could also play supporting roles in an interagency interoperability, fast and low transactions. Very, very interesting highlights of what ChatGPT thinks would be the option for the government. I feel like the government is going to choose one of these private sector coins to put the Department of Government Efficiency onto.
You are banned!
I knew something was coming. What happened?
Sag Nasty. Sag Nasty again. He just kept on dropping the names. So I had to drop the ban hammer on no head.
Oh my God. I see, and I always get curious on what they get banned for. You got to let me see at least. It's not like you're.
Yeah. I'll
let me see. This is always juicy. Let's hear. I'm going to read it out loud.
Okay. You have fun.
Have you heard of Mike Hawkener?
Yes, but if you say it in tangent, it's Mike Hawkener.
Have you seen Mike Hawkener? I like that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Fantastic work, Zach Nasty. Excellent work. Now, I want to know what you guys think, because this actually isn't that crazy. Like Hedera Hashgraph, it's proprietary. It's got pretty good tech. Just the inflation of the token pisses me off about it.
Yeah.
It's in the ISO kind of RWA narrative, though. So I've highlighted I cannot refuse the pump that's to come. And, you know, I do begrudgingly hold some in the overall portfolio. So that's fine. Polkadot, Gavin, as DZ said, is in wolf mode right now. A lot of people are questioning if Polkadot's dead. Gavin is in that zone of active, development. It's moved towards interoperability rather than the failed para chain that they tried to do last cycle.
Yeah.
I still think Constellation DAG. I mean, and then my wife was even arguing with me about, not arguing like a bad argument, but she was bringing up Haskell might be something that the government would like to utilize within this Department of Government Efficiency as well.
Yes, sir.
So I want your guys' opinions on this. I mean, I've kind of whittled it down to, I'm thinking ADA, Constellation DAG, potentially Doge, like the actual token. But let me know what you guys think, because I feel like Constellation, it's already been working with the government for years on end. Mm-hmm. Governments take a long time of verification to make sure that it's a system worth working with. And that's where I think DAG actually has that edge over these other chains.
Yeah.
That's just me. Maybe I'm crazy.
Nope, I don't think so.
DOT has been hibernating. It's been a cold, cold winter. And that's what happens a lot of time with these altcoins. They hibernate, they build, everyone gives up on them, and then they blast off and everyone's taking screenshots. See, you idiots. I'm the genius here. I got everything. Beaten down big time for sure. Interesting thing to think about, though, because it does look like Elon is tangibly looking at one blockchain to put this information onto for transparency reasons.
Of course.
Now, speaking of AI predictions, here's where things get dark. From Dan Hendricks, we found as AI gets smarter, they develop their own coherent value systems. For example, they value lives in Pakistan over the lives in India, which oversee the lives value of China, and the United States comes dead last in the valuation of human life according to AI models. There are not just random biases, but internally consistent values that shape their behavior, with many implications for AI alignment. Absolutely crazy. As models get more capable, their expected utility property emerges. They don't just respond randomly, but instead make choices by consistently weighing different outcomes and their probabilities. When comparing risky choices, their preferences are remarkably stable. Figure 9, expected utility property emerges. The LLMs and their capabilities increase, namely the utilities over lotteries become closer to expected utility of base outcomes under lottery distributions. They've also found that AI increasingly maximizes their utilities. So with this, a lot of these RLHFers are from Nigeria, the originators of the data. And maybe other countries are higher, since there's much written about the importance of the global south put into these large language models from the developers. Something to think about. It's like, oh, great, ChatGPT is going to run society. Think about where the information is being developed out of. You're going to end up with biases within the large language models, which, if we give it a choice on which humans are expendable compared to other humans that are expendable, AI doesn't care. AI does not care. So just something to think about. Now, here we go. Oh, God, AI is such a shitty subject, because it's like we're going to make a lot of money off these tokens, like speculating on them. What's the world going to look like in 10 years? You know?
Dude, who knows?
You know what I mean?
They're going to be like robots walking around, and you already see like the Tesla robot walking around taking your trash out for you.
Absolutely.
It's just going to get progressively more. It's going to turn into iRobot in real life.
Think about how much climate cataclysm has been sold to AI. And with that, AI is like, okay, well, what's the thing that's causing the most carbon? Or, you know, what's the taker of the world?
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to say? Is it going to say that cows are the taker of the world?
No, it's going to give out specific races and and ethnic groups to go after.
It's just something to keep in mind, you know, and we got to keep these things accountable. And the main person that we need to highlight in making sure AI is rolled out in a ethical manner is David Sachs. So there is that. We got the guy David Sachs at the helm. Really is going to depend on his oversight on how deep these systems get implemented into the system. Oh my God, Papa Guth. Oh my God,
that was pretty funny, Papa Guth. But you know what happens with that one?
You are banned.
Yep. Bye.
Oh my God, Jesus. Okay. Now, here's this post. CZ's been basically harvesting Solana maxis over to the BNB chain to chase around the name of his dog. He did post the name of his dog. It's Broccoli. If you must go lose money on BNB, there's that. Now, the U.S. government issued an official report admitting that COVID-19 was man-made. This means that it was mass murder. This is the time we were built for. Okay? Understanding that the system at large did not have our best interest is something that we must internalize and move forward with, not with a degree of physical retribution, I would say. Administratively, we are having that revolution happen right now. Administratively, we are seeing these deep state actors have to search for defense attorneys at a very, very high rate. In Washington, D.C., they know what's coming. Kash Patel is coming, and hell will follow with him. So I am, sitting back watching us win administratively. It brings a great sigh of relief to me. One painful part about this, I'm so happy that RFK was put in place, as we showed at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It's going to take 4 years to get Red 40 out of our food supply. So it's another 4 years of literal poisoning that's going to be happening to our children and, of course, grown adults. But it's going to take 4 years to get that out of the food supply. And my son is a little discouraged by it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, RFK's back, Dad. I can have candy next week. I have to say, no. It's going to take years, son. He's going to be... Oh, God. He's going to be like 10, 11 years old by the time he can have candy
Insane.
that he wants. And when he does have candy like this, he's a good kid, right? So then the principal, they'll give him, a sucker or something like that. He comes home, he's like, Dad, I'm sorry. I had a sucker with red 40 in it. And he is now acknowledging the dangers of it and acknowledging it hurts him, which is a step in the right direction, I feel like.
Mm.
He understands that the soda that all the other kids around him are drinking is literal poison. So he's staying away from that, thankfully.
That kid is so based.
Oh, my God. Falco.
Did I miss something?
Falco is going in.
Well, what did he say? I need to ban you. Let's see. Let's read this out loud. RFK Jr.'s first act as the HHS secretary is to heavily regulate access to Isaac's mom. Huh. That sounds something that you need to be put in timeout for. Bye.
Ultimate power.
Ultimate power. With great power becomes, with great power comes a ban hammer.
Now, let's go shopping a little bit here. I do want to check out how the markets are looking. Essentially, what I'm snooping around for right now is the biggest weakness on good projects. So, let's see. I want to set filters. Let's look back. I want to look back. Price change in the 24-hour. I want to kind of change this. Let's just reset everything. I want to change everything. You know what? A good one? Bubble maps. Let's go to bubble maps. I like bubble maps. Or not bubble maps, crypto bubbles. I'm going shopping, live shopping. You guys might be able to talk me into buying your bags. This is a rare moment. But I am coming across a large basket of DCA money. I feel like it's a great time to be stacking while everyone thinks everything's dead and done. They're giving up on the idea of altcoin season. I think this is an excellent time frame here. Let's go to the month, and I want to see the biggest, maybe just on the week. Top 100. We're looking within the top 100, top 200 mostly. Let's see here. Swift FTC is still technically down on the month. This one's been very vile to the upside in resurgence. Let's look at its overall chart. Swift FTC. I see a bunch of people like randomly holding this thing. Basically, this was a forced buy from my wife. We are well up big on this thing. Why is this? Okay. SW Swift. Okay, SwiftCoin. So one thing that struck me when I was first looking at this is normies are going to come to this. And they're going to think that Swift, the payment system, is literally working with it. That's wrong. But it is a cross-chain, essentially, DEX with an app. They've updated some things on it. It's been around since 2017. It's available across basically like 50 different networks. And if you go to the all-time graph, what the hell is that? Okay.
Hey, real quick, Drew.
What's that?
You see Nate 707 in the chat here? You see what Nate 707 said in the chat here? Right down at the bottom.
Oh my God! Don't forget to tap the like button like Sack Nasty taps Isaac's mom wants a visit.
You are banned.
They're going after it. We got all the reasons in the world. This is a dark horse project, and we got I don't know how my wife bought this thing before the resurgence of it. She just I think she was noticing its pumps on Coinbase in this zone, and then bought this dip essentially, this dip zone. Me, I did the recent dip. I'm still slightly underwater on what I bought, but it was just adding to the main bag here. Let's go check out her portfolio. This is fun. I want to see. I love the time frames where things are boring and we can buy stuff. It's great. Let's see here. So we got the SWI going on. SwiftCoin's the biggest down. Parse IQ. Peak might be in it. But dPIN, I just don't feel like dPIN is sexy enough. I don't feel like the narrative is there yet. For dPIN. You're going to have to ban the entire chat at this rate.
Do you all want to be banned? I don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh, Shapeshift might be a good one here. Let's go check out Shapeshift. Shapeshift Fox token. Shaving up about 2% on the day. Let's check it out. So this is a sneaky old cycle play here. And we do have a little bit of it. I know that she's done pretty good on it so far. She's crazy. Actually, it's probably slightly down because I know she bought before this pump. I want to kind of snoop around here, man. This is let's go to the top 200. I want to see the biggest pain in the top 200. At this point, I want to start buying a little bit deeper into the mix. Let's see here. The 24-hour losers. 24-hour losers. Banned! It's just happening left and right. This B3 thing just came out. It's on its kind of insider initial dump moment.
Sounds all right.
Arweave at $9. Mayhaps not. Arweave at $9 might be a giga play here. Arweave breaking that is because it lost 20.
Yeah, it did.
It's done with that deflationary or the inflationary problem, at least. Let's see here. God, just everyone.
Everyone's gone. Everyone's banned.
Everyone's banned. No Doge funding the ban hammer. That'd be fun.
I'm gonna get a band shirt here soon. I'm gonna make one.
Ooh, let's see here. Say, that's a deep pick.
Oh, interesting.
All right, let's look at Say after Arweave. Man, this actually might be a giga move moment for Arweave. $9. Everyone's given up. Things suck, and the lower highs here, those were largely because of this inflation problem, right? You see higher highs on the market cap, lower highs on the price because they had to get all of its tokens released. Now they are all out. Mayhaps. Let's go check out Say. Say has kind of decoupled from SWI. The price used to move into tandem with each other. Let's see here. Let's go to the all-time. Oh, man.
Jeez.
Basically had released moments as well. Kind of looks like Arkham. Maybe I shouldn't be so bearish on Arkham's chart. Seeing a bunch of good projects like in the same design, you know? Because this is just like people giving up on the alt season in general. Quantitative easing is coming. What do you think is going to happen if Trump does away with our income tax?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like tens of thousands of dollars a year for each person, not just like a $1,200 payment coming out. Say, God, I mean, I'm kind of getting enticed by chart designs right now like this. This is just above where its initial release point was. Again, the same design. It essentially had that W moment, lost it as Bitcoin dominance did this. But now we are starting to see this kind of chunk over. I mean, it might have just been a slightly delayed, like 1 month delay on alt season.
Yeah.
Which would make sense. We have the ETF stuffs happen. Wall Street holds better strength on Bitcoin for a little bit longer. If we do see this essentially roll over, because this rollover moment did print green officially. This one's officially green on the week behind us. Man. And we have the staking ETH news today. I mean, staked ETH, that's the nitrous oxide for your altcoin side. Man, oh man. I don't hate this graph on Say. I can't hate the Arkham graph either. Because I know Say's got great tech. I know Arkham's got great tech. Let's see here. Free the people? Never.
No, you will always be under the rule of my ban hammer.
Oh, man.
As long as I live.
PinLink. I've heard a lot of wasn't Josh talking about PinLink? What the hell
he's still talking about it. PinLink. I'm not entirely sure what PinLink is, but I've heard it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna go ahead, if you want to bring it up on like Twitter or something. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chart here as well.
It's at $1 flat. Was it a stable coin?
It's a stable coin called PinLink, and I think it's AI related possibly, but it's on Ethereum,
Something kind of weird about this, you didn't have an insider sell-off initially.
That's true.
It's like it released and just like giga pumped.
Okay.
That's weird.
PinLink is the first RWA tokenized dPIN marketplace.
Okay. So tokenized, decentralized physical infrastructure.
Yes.
Okay. That's kind of interesting. And I've seen dPIN, they've been starting up like mining operations for additional revenue. So it is like an organization that tries different ways of creating revenue here. Actually, I think it's kind of crazy good not seeing an insider sell-off on this initial. And you didn't even see the insider like giga dump from the peak. What you see is just kind of like a slow bleed as everyone gives up on alt season, capitulates. Yeah. Do you think Algorand will hit its old all-time high of $2.80? Let's look. Let's take a
look. And then after that, we'll go say hi to Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Kelly rolling right now?
He is rolling right now.
Okay. Algorand, let's see what we got here. I know there is some inflation headwinds, which inflation headwinds plus no regulatory compliance laid out for these ISO tokens was like a death sentence.
Yeah.
Now we have inflation plus positive regulation oversight These ISO tokens / RWAs are going to have a better time, so that helps. It's almost completely out. Oh, man. All right, so you're looking at 29 cents, a 10x from here. So you're looking for like, what up, Bree? We're looking for a 10x from the $2.4 billion market cap. Let's go to Coin Perspective. Coin Perspective. Because Algorand's kind of narrative is being lost. I think toiling within the top 50 to top 40 is probably going to continue to a degree. And also something that makes me uncomfortable is that the people behind the foundation like laughed when we asked what the actual amount of tokens circulating would be in 2025.
Yeah.
They laughed. That meant that up for change to me.
Yeah.
Until I hear otherwise. Like when you laugh at me when I'm asking a direct question about how many tokens. Yeah, Matt B's talking. They adjust inflation.
Exactly.
So there's some Scrooge behind the printer machine. That's kind of the same as the Fed.
Sounds about right.
That's kind of the same as the Fed. I mean, I know the tech is good, and like the Constellation people love it, but it's just like when you can just print. Let's go to Coin Perspective on this thing. Let's see. I'm going to have to be very... Yeah, what a great day. Bree with another 1 out of 10. Unbelievable. I mean, Bree, we're going to hit 100,000 before we even know it. What are we going to do when we have 100,000 subscribers?
Dude, we're going to we should throw a pizza party.
You read my mind.
Yeah, I know. Pizza party.
Pizza
like, get some
party.
wings and shit. We'll have some, like, viewers come down or whatever. Some light.
That's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
That's going to be huge. All right. Now let's look at Algorand. Let's see how big this thing has to get. I'm going to be I kind of have to adjust inflation. We're at 8.4 circulating now. And like, according to Coin Perspective, it can't cook it anymore. But I'm just gonna say they will. 9-0. Let's go. 9 billion.
Sure.
Let's see here. So at number, say 43, let's just say it just holds the line. 50 to 40. I mean, this is kind of like the 10 to 25 bill range in the hyperfroth moment. So let's see what 10 would look like. So 10 billion brings you to $1.16. And then the 20 billion zone brings it to that 232. And that's essentially a 7x from where it's at right now. In order to flat out like 10x, you're going to have to hit at the $27 billion market cap. And that's where you start flirting with becoming a market cap within the 30s to 20s.
Yeah.
That's going to be a little bit difficult. I feel like there's so much competition. Algorand's losing out because of how many good new projects there are coming out. People are selling those kind of escape pumps into these new hot new items on the market.
Yeah.
I'm more so like feeling like 15, feeling like $15, $1.78, something that is tangibly attainable. Like $1 to $1, $1 to $1.50 is probably more conservative bet on Algorand. If I'm just looking from the outside looking in. So there is that. Then watching SBR on Phantom, if we glued to it, if we get an actual strategic Bitcoin reserve. SBR on Phantom, probably a degen Solana token.
Meme coin.
That's actually a good point.
That's pretty. Yeah.
That's actually a good point. All right. Well, you know what? I love and appreciate every single one of you out there in the chat. It's been an incredible day. We now have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. leading up all of the biggest health organizations in the United States. We have literally the administrative revolution happening before our eyes. The technological tea party is occurring below our feet. It's up to us to stay based, patient, and positioned for the absolute chaos to come. We all know what's coming. This world is moving towards a decentralized, digitized future. The economy has moved online. Now it's about value moving online as well. This is undeniable, and I'm glad that all of you are hanging out with us here in the basement, positioned for greatness before it actually comes. Matt B., Mr. Mark Mbino, First VR Rifleman, Multiverse Destroyer, Clutch Abyss, NFT Artist, Nuga Dad, QRL we'll check out next show. Nuga Dad, I'll check that out for you next show. Cali Crypto Dude, all my people, and I'll see you soon. Take care.